Hello and welcome to another video from To Future. Today I'm down at Pow Hill. Pow Hill is set in moorland overlooking the Derwent Reservoir. The main reason I'm here today is to get some shots of the red squirrels. There are two species of squirrel in the UK, red squirrels and grey squirrels. Populations are currently estimated at approximately 140,000 red squirrels and 2.5 million grey squirrels. Red squirrels are our native species and have lived in the UK for over 10,000 years. Grey squirrels were introduced into the UK from North America by the Victorians in the 1800s. The first record of them escaping and establishing a wild population is in 1876. Grey squirrels are a familiar sight for many people across large parts of the UK and are often seen in parks and gardens, whilst the range of our native red squirrels is now limited to certain areas of the UK such as Anglesey, parts of northern England and Scotland. In many cases they've retreated to wild and remote locations. Unfortunately, without conservation management, red squirrels could become extinct in England in approximately 10 years. So time is really running out to save our red squirrels. So to preserve red squirrels, they must be kept apart from grey squirrels, as the two species cannot live together long term. So how are the wildlife trusts helping? The wildlife trusts have been at the forefront of efforts to save red squirrels for decades, undertaking habitat management to help red squirrels, education awareness projects for the monitoring of the squirrel populations, and targeted control of grey squirrels in areas where red squirrels are at risk of extinction. The Wildlife Trust is part of the Red Squirrels United, a partnership of academics, practitioners and volunteers working together on a programme of red squirrel conservation. It launched in 2015 and is focused on conserving red squirrel populations in 9 specific areas in Northern Ireland, Northern England and Wales. Red Squirrels United also works closely with Saving Scotland's red squirrels to ensure that all parts of the UK are involved in red squirrel conservation. Local red squirrel conservation projects are also taking place with Dorset Wildlife Trust, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust and Scottish Wildlife Trust. So there is still hope for our red squirrels, but they are at real risk of extinction. Okay, so let's take a look around and see if we can see some red squirrels, get some great shots. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I've just spotted a red squirrel over there. Take a look. Can be very tricky to photograph because they move so quick. I use auto ISO when shooting wildlife, and I think it's better to go out shooting wildlife on brighter days, as you want your ISO as low as possible for sharp images. Deep inside the forest, your ISO is going to shoot up and you'll lose image quality. So try to look for parts of the forest where the sunlight is shining through. The edges of the forest can be good for shooting birds, and you can get some nice blurred effects with the low aperture, and your ISO will be lower too, and you'll get better quality images, and that's what we all want. You could use a slower shutter speed, but if you have fast moving wildlife like red squirrels and birds, it can be tricky. So when coming to shoot the red squirrels, try and pick a day with light winds, as the squirrels don't like to be active on windy days. So pick a nice calm day in autumn is perfect, as the squirrels are active at this time of the year, collecting their nuts and hiding them for the winter. So the camera settings I'm just going for now is just put the camera into TV mode. If you take a look, so the camera is in TV mode. I'm on a 500th of a second. So when you've got your camera in TV mode, that means you have full control over the shutter speed, and the camera will choose the aperture. And if you notice there, my ISO is on auto. And if you look at the ISO there, 12,800. And that's what the automatic ISO is predicting for the ISO. So you can see if you're in low light conditions, the ISO is going to be shooting up. I mean, at the moment of day the sun is coming out now and again, but if you're shooting in low light conditions, you're going to lose image quality. But I think I might have gotten a couple of good shots of the squirrels. I'll have to get back and have a look. But I'm sure there's a couple of sharp ones in there where the ISO hasn't getting too high. I think I got one at ISO 800. So all is not lost. Okay, so that's it for today's vlog. I've really enjoyed it today shooting the red squirrels. Hope you have too. Leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.